Welcome to Wasted Local Talent.
What is up, everybody? I am Daniel.
I'm Josiah.
And thank you for tuning in. Why did we just start that like a normal episode? Oh, well.
And tonight we're wasting our time. Wait, is that how that works?
Yeah, we're supposed to, but there's nobody here because this is the intro.
Oh, okay.
All right. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wasted Local Talent.
We're back.
Yes. We had to redo this intro because we have a sponsor.
A lot has changed since we recorded that first intro. And I'm going to be honest, that's probably the best intro that we've ever done.
It was a really good intro.
It's probably the best one. But things changed. So here we are. Mm-hmm. Go for it.
So we have a sponsor.
We do.
And he was actually just on Wasted.
He was a fantastic episode. Go back and listen to Aaron Baker.
And 304 Off-Road.
Read it.
Yeah, so check out 304 Off-Road for all your side-by-side parts and accessory needs. From mild to wild builds, they have what you need. They're on Facebook at 304 Off-Road or browse their website at 304offroad.com.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron and go look him up, especially if you're into outdoors off-roading stuff. Daniel and I really are the worst people in the world to talk about that. Jed, if he were here, he would know a lot more about that. But there's a lot of people, especially in this area, that really enjoy that. So, you
know what other people in this area are really into as well?
What?
Podcasts. And we have a bunch of them.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. We have a D&D podcast. We've got a couple video game podcasts.
I was listening to the D&D podcast on the way here, and whatever episode I listened to, the best episode yet. You guys have really just kind of, I don't know if loosened up is the right term, but you kind of like hit your stride again. Like there was a lot of story, and now you guys are just you guys again. So
we've got, I actually just finished the one that's coming out today, whenever everybody's listening is hearing this. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It's going to be one of the longer ones that we've put out in a while. And it picks up right where it left off, but then some crazy stuff happens.
Ooh, crazy stuff.
I'm pretty stoked for that. That's D&D Kinda. Check it out on all of the podcast sites. We also have Video Game Mythos, where Michael and Ryan dive into the backstory and lore of video games. And we also have Gurus of Gaming, which Josiah is on.
I am on that from time to time. And if you are a video game nerd, or shout out to Aaron Baker again, he said that, no, seriously, he said where he's been playing video games his whole life, but, you know, getting grown up, you kind of get away from it a little bit. But he started listening to our podcast, and he's like, you know, it's like just like old times. Like I might not be able to download a game and play it like I used to, but I know what's going on, and it's exciting for him. So we also have another guy on that podcast. His name is Ryan. It's the good Ryan, not the one from Video Game Mythos. Although he's an okay Ryan.
Isn't he like labeled the bad Ryan?
He is
on
the bad
Gurus
Ryan.
Yet.
So, but good Ryan is coming out with his own podcast.
Mm-hmm. It was just announced last week.
It was.
It comes out tomorrow. If you're listening to this, it comes out tomorrow.
And we know that if people download this as soon as it becomes live and listen to it right away.
Like at 6 a.m. They're done by 7:30. You guys are great. So by tomorrow, look up the Final Girl podcast. If you're a fan of horror movies, that's all that I know, because they've kind of described it a little bit, but this podcast is so new, I haven't even heard it yet. Mm-hmm. But I'm so excited. Yeah. Because I'm actually going to check out the episode tonight.
Oh, must be nice to be the editor.
Like a pre-listen.
Oh, must be nice.
Anyway, we're going a really, really long time.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
We've got a few more things to talk about. Thanks to Worst Kept Secret for letting us use their song Bender. If you haven't heard, Worst Kept Secret just posted this past week that they are officially done as a band.
They are immortalized forever as our theme song. But we will miss you guys. Mm-hmm. We have T-shirts and merchandise and all that stuff you can find on 13palmtrees.com. As well as links to all the things that we just talked about. But most importantly, this episode that we're here to talk about today, you'll find it there.
Yes.
Introduce it.
And now, Hoot and Howl.
I shouldn't have given you the introduction
You go ahead.
privileges.
Do your best introduction.
Well, it was a great episode. We talked about Hoot and
it
Howl
was great.
and just all this different stuff. And I don't know, just listen to it and enjoy the Hoot and Howlness. That was worse than yours.
Let's just get to the episode.
Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel,
I am Josiah.
and today we're wasting our talent with.
Stephanie from Hoot and Howl.
So it's been. I just looked at it. I think your last episode came out January last year.
Wow.
So it's been over a year since we've talked. What's been new with Hoot and Howl?
Oh. Lots of things, but also just still plugging along.
Mm-hmm.
The store has definitely grown since I saw you guys. I'm kicking myself for not listening to the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to remember how many artists I told you I had then, because I feel like we've grown so much since then. It's probably pretty low. We're a little over 100 people now, 100
wow.
artisans and small businesses. So it's grown a lot. Tons of great things in there. Tons of great people represented. Tons of great West Virginia locations represented.
So for anybody that's listening that didn't listen to your first episode, kind of explain your business and what you do and the people that you bring in to sell things in your store.
Okay. So we are an artisan shop. We have, like I said, a little over 100 artisans and small businesses. Everything's made in the U.S. except for one fair trade, and that owner lives here in Morgantown. We have a little bit of vintage, kind of mixed in here and there. Some upcycled furniture and refurbished radios and some cool stuff like that.
Those radios are really cool.
They are cool.
Yeah.
They're really neat. They're still cool, and I think last time we talked about those.
Yeah.
They're still just as cool as they were then. And I try to focus on people that are in West Virginia over anyone else, of course. We have some people that are just over the line and some other folks in the U.S., but those companies are all doing really good things, like partnering with really great programs that are helping other people or helping the environment or helping, reforestation and some things like that. So, if they're not in West Virginia, they're either close by or they're doing really amazing things, and I just couldn't pass that up to, an opportunity to work with them.
Mm-hmm. So I saw recently, did you win an award or what was that?
This year we won Best of Morgantown, Best Gift Shop in Morgantown through West Virginia Living's Morgantown magazine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. We were up for it last year, and we didn't win. And another really amazing gift shop won. And we were up against some really amazing people, friends of mine that I would have voted for if I wasn't in the running. Mm-hmm. And the same goes with this time. It was a similar group of amazingly talented, it was all women-owned businesses, which is even cooler, up for the same award. And last year we won Best Place to Shop in Mountaineer Country in the West Virginia Living magazine, which was super cool too. We weren't open for very long, so that was kind of a nice, little, advertisement that offered us.
Mm-hmm. So how long has Hoot and Howl been open now?
A year and a half now.
A year and a half. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So August of 2018.
So whenever we first talked, it had been just a few months. Because I think we talked in the fall or winter of 2018.
I was still such a baby
then.
I had no idea what was going on.
So have you learned anything new about running a business in Morgantown since then?
Yeah. Yeah, tons of stuff, and I think that I'm always going to continue learning. Mm-hmm. A small business is challenging, and then just the way things change and the way business changes and retail. And, I think with the way that the shop is, because we have artisans that are always evolving and changing and growing as well, it's always going to be really interesting and fun.
And you don't have an annoying band practicing underneath.
Yeah, we don't have
anymore.
that anymore. We got them. We flooded their basement.
I figured you had something to do with that.
Yeah. Actually, I was very concerned about that because they warned me. I think I may have told you that.
Yeah.
The street public works. What a mess.
So you said you have like, what, over 100 different
Yeah.
artisans in there now?
Yeah, we have 4 more for sure artists coming in, doing prints and such within the next couple of months too that I've been talking to.
And I've seen in the past, I don't know if I've seen recently, but you do like little, do you do like little events in there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We do all kinds of stuff. So if we have an event like an arts walk downtown, we'll always have an artist or 2 or 3 or a musician or somebody on site. They're able to set up and have items that we wouldn't have or something new or just cool stuff on display. And then we've done some hands-on classes and kind of workshop type things too. And I'm hoping to keep going with that and do a little bit more. That's one thing I've been wanting to do since the very beginning. It's just hard being me and, trying to get all the stuff together and basically that's the toughest part, just the organization of it. But we want to do a lot more of that.
So are you still doing everything yourself? I know you have some help that helps you out there, but as far as the business side of things.
Yeah, the business side of things, it's still just me. My guy's been helping a lot more with things like maintenance side of things. And if I need, an errand ran or whatever, and I'm stuck at the store, not stuck, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm at the store and the store's open and I'm not able to get away, he's helping with that a lot more. I have a couple of ladies that help me with events and evening help, things like that. My mom still comes up and helps too, which is always nice.
Yeah.
If I need her, I just give her a call. I've got a couple of go-tos for things where we need more than just 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
So that's good. Like it's people I can rely on.
That's
good. Yeah. That
So-
takes a lot of stress away.
The building that's next to you did that used to be Retrotique? Like that was like kind of right down there that had moved across the street?
Yeah, so she was
one-
in my space and TK's space. So
Okay.
it was just, so it was the 3 retail spaces were hers.
And whenever we were practicing up there, they were doing something in that building, like that was right above that practice spot.
Oh, they hadn't opened yet. That's right.
No.
Yeah, so they opened TK's, how do you say it? It's TK's fruit, produce, and bubble tea or produce, smoothies and bubble tea or something like that. But it's TK's. It's TK's. And they do amazing food and bubble tea and smoothies and things like that. And they were down on the corner of High and Walnut.
Okay.
And they moved up beside of me, which is nice. So we have
You
a
have
lot
some
of people
neighbors
in
now?
there. Yeah, it's really good. It's good. They're really good people, and they make awesome food. So it's good to fill that empty spot.
Yeah.
Plus, you have bubble tea right next door. You just-
Right. And bubble tea is so good. And I mean, it's amazing how many people we see coming in with those cups, with their cups. I'm always excited to see someone supporting them because
What
they're just
is-
like us. They're family, small business.
What is bubble tea?
It's happiness in a cup.
I think this might be the first time I've ever heard about bubble tea.
Yeah, it's
Not to get away
it's
from
like
your
a-
business, but I'm just
what is,
curious.
like Japanese
I
originally.
don't even know.
I don't know, but it's
don't
fun.
ask
It's
questions.
a novelty, really. It's kind of a novelty tea. I mean, you get like little tapioca gummies in the bottom of it, but the tea itself is really good. So a lot of times you can get milk with like certain fruit juices and syrups and things like that. And then sometimes like I don't prefer milk, so I like to get just green tea or black tea with like fresh lemon and mint or, some kind of fruit juice in it. And then they also have like little bursting bubbles. Have you had those?
I may have. I don't know. I didn't.
God,
I
they're
didn't
so
pay close enough attention for them to blow up on me. But
Yeah, they're good.
we should go on a field trip to Hoot and Howl and bubble tea on the way back.
Yeah.
I used to bug her all the time whenever we practiced below hand.
Yeah.
Well, you
They're
bug me
blow
all
off.
the time as well.
Well, yeah. I bugged her a lot more.
Things haven't
Like
changed.
as soon as like the time would come, whenever we could start practicing, because we practiced in the space below her, and I think there was one time where we forgot what day we could
God.
start, and we started whenever you were still
It
open.
was like at
and
4:00 and everything is rattling. I'm just like,
Customers
what's
are
going
fleeing.
on?
yeah, and I forget who came down. I don't know if it was like the landlord or somebody came down.
Yeah, Neil. Yeah, I was like, dude, your guys, I don't know who's down there, but I didn't know it was you guys.
Yeah.
Like, they're down there and they're just going at it.
Dang
and
kids.
everything is shaking. And I've got customers in here and it's fine, but it's really loud because we have terrible insulation in that. I mean, I hear everything next door and we smell all their food. And, you know, you hear the kids above me walking around and playing whatever music, their rap music or something very bassy, you know, and then everything from below. And then the street, it's just really, really loud in that corner. So, yeah, it was, I felt so bad. I didn't know it was you guys, or I would have come down there. Be like, hey, cut it out. Yeah.
She would have hit you herself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were friends enough to where I could give you a hard time. They felt so bad, though. They came up and apologized to me. He'll never let it go now, though.
Yeah, I'll never let it go.
I'll hear about it every time we see each other.
Like
We can see each other every day.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, just let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
So, who is your new
Quoting
favorite
Frozen.
artist? Well, not who's your favorite artist,
God.
but
I love them all.
from within the last year, you said you've grown a lot. So, what are some new things that you have brought into your store that you're excited about, and then maybe something that you didn't even think about when you first opened the store, and now you're like, oh, cool.
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, there's so much good stuff. There's just so much good stuff. So much talent and so many cool people, and it's just amazing.
Almost every single person that comes through here and does our podcast, if they have some kind of thing that they create, they're like, oh yeah, we work with Hoot and Howl now. Like,
Yeah,
And
or
they're
they
all
know me because
they're
we're pals,
excited,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I try to even if they aren't in the store, I'm still connected to them some way because I'm sharing their stuff, or I'm going to their pop-ups, or we're friends, or I'm, you know, commenting on their posts or whatever. Just because, I mean, you know, Black Sheep, you know, Ashley, she'll love this. I love her. I love Ashley. You know, I want to shout out to her because I was actually really excited that she'd be here, but she's not.
Let's
She
call
told
her
me.
out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So-
But her stuff is amazing. And while, you know, she's at Retrotique and not in my shop, it's okay, you know, but I'm still going to comment on her stuff and talk about her and tell people about her. And I love her work, and she's very talented. And it goes the same for so many other people in town. And I might have something similar. So that's why I don't have everybody, because I don't like to do any kind of competitiveness. So there'll be people like an artist that's doing something similar to another artist in my store, like another woodworker. There's so many people that are so talented and they're woodworkers and they make these beautiful cutting boards, but I already have cutting boards. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to support them or comment or like or share if they're doing something or tell people about them, because that's just the way it should be. There's enough people for everybody to go around. You know,
Yeah, and your store's not massive by any
It's very
means
small.
either. So
Oh, God, yeah.
having like everybody's stuff in there, you wouldn't. I mean, there's not enough space for
No,
it.
and I wish there was. I wish I had so much. I wish I had at least 3 times the size that I have, and I could have more, even just everything everyone carries too, or everything everyone makes, because I have to almost pick and choose sometimes because I just don't have the room. You know, and I'm constantly re-merchandising and putting new displays up that will hold more things without it looking crazy cluttered, because we have such a small space. But I want everyone's artwork to, you know, show and be displayed properly. I don't want to just throw everything in a bin and be like, here, flip through this. You know, everybody gets their own bin.
the $5 movie bin at Walmart.
Yeah.
No, I've noticed that anytime that I've been there, or you know, even been by there whenever you're closed, it never looks cluttered, and the displays and everything. Whenever you're in there, it's easy to like move around and find things.
Yeah.
Except for I think that one time I was looking for beard stuff, because I don't know if it was you, but somebody that day had mentioned how scraggly my beard looked, and I went in there and bought beard stuff there because I forget what the name of it is, but I still have it because I'm an idiot and keep shaving my beard off. But it's like Kith and Kin or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that actually, the owner of that company is the owner of Eloquence, Antiques and Artisans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
not know
another
that.
really great business owner that we've got in there. Yeah.
So have you thought about expanding and getting a bigger space?
Yeah, I have. I've thought about it. You know, but I'm so new. If I move right now, I'm worried that people will think I closed.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or,
yeah.
you know, maybe I need to wait another year or so to get established. And then I want to stay downtown. Obviously, I mean, downtown has its challenges, but that's my community. You know, downtown is just, I've always been a downtowner, even back when I was in Virginia. So I feel like if I can keep trying to make good things happen down there, you know, it's going to be better for the entire community. So I want to stay down there. So, you know, the spaces that are down there right now that are available are either too big or they're too small or they're not in the best location or...
And it's hard to move everything too. That's a big deal.
Nightmare. Yeah, that's just a lot of stuff to pack up and move and, you know, all that.
You got to move all the sound equipment and the stage and, oh, wait, that's you.
That's him. Yeah. But I would say, so in the last year, we've had so many people. I would say in the last couple of months, some of my favorite new people, Logan Schmidt from Wheeling is phenomenal. He's one of my, I'm very proud to have him because he's making posters for bands like Avett Brothers and Lord Huron and Green Sky Bluegrass and Van Morrison. And then what he does is with those images, he is taking the font from that tour poster off and adding West Virginia, or, you know, which is what I've seen, or leaving it altogether. So you have just this beautiful art print that's screen printed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's fantastic. Love his stuff. It really fits in with our vibe, like Appalachian, and, you know, it's bears and muskies, and, you know, he's got an opossum coming out I'm really excited about. You know, he's pretty great. We also got these super cool elevated woodworking. They're from Pittsburgh. He's from Pittsburgh. But it's so cool because he makes these wooden topo maps that are, we have the magnets and ornaments, but he does like big pieces that you can display on the wall or on a stand. But they're true to life topo maps. So like the relief is raised, and so the West Virginia ones I have, you can really see the Appalachian Mountains, and they're so cool. And they're made from wood that's harvested sustainably from the Appalachian Mountains. So like wood, cherry, or wood. So cherry, wood, maple, walnut, you know, and they're just really, really neat. And he makes them on a controlled router. So a computer creates them, but he actually hand sands and hand oils each piece. They're beautiful.
A pain to do.
That's a lot of patience.
Yeah. I mean, it would be if he was carving it. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the time that would go into it. But they're really cool, really cool. So they've been pretty popular. And then we have a really great partnership with Loving WV. Did you guys meet with them? Yeah, Evan and Evan are fantastic people. I love working with them. They're just really great people, great family, so creative and so professional. Like I can always rely, like Evan's going to show up when he says he's going to show up to drop things off, or, you know, when I put an order in, it's, you know, they're just really great to work with. And we have a really good partnership and friendship now. And he's making these new magnets that are made from wood that are park signs. So we got a Cooper's Rock State Forest. It looks like the sign, but it's mini.
That's really cool.
In the Mon National Forest, and then he just did a Dolly Sods one. Crazy. People they're flying out of there.
Huh.
It's a magnet made out of wood?
Yeah. So he's doing it on a laser engraver. So it's, you know, he's designing it on a computer and then having it cut out, engraved and cut out. It's so cool. I wish I would have brought one to show you guys. It's so neat.
And they're back in the area now too, right?
Yeah,
they were in Virginia.
Yeah, they moved for work, and then now they're back in the Cheat Lake area. So they're local, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
He was on not that long ago.
Yeah, I forget where I was. I was out of town. I think I was up in Buffalo, and you guys did the interview with him.
I thought you had. I need to go back and listen to the interviews with everybody. It's hard to keep up with everything. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we're there for a while. We were having trouble, and then I ran into him because he's been wanting to come on for a while, and I ran into him at PopCon again, and
That's right.
took him a shirt and told him to get a hold of me, and he did. And since he was back in town, he could come down. So we finally got him in because I met him at PopCon 2 years ago, right whenever we first launched, and I'd been trying to get him on for that whole year, and we never could because he was out of state. But now that he's back,
Yeah.
So
It's a great episode too because Daniel's not on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Make
you know
every
that we
episode
got
worse.
the best opportunity that we could there.
Do you rip on him while he's not there? You pick on him? a
Who,
little bit?
Daniel? Mm-hmm. I pick on him whenever I get the chance.
Yeah, I figured.
When he's here, it feels more satisfying. When he's not here, I normally text him and I'm like, "Hey, I'm making fun of you," so that he knows.
When you can see his face.
Yeah,
it's better.
just his
Yeah.
soul leaving his body.
Josiah and I have known each other for how many years now?
I
It's
don't
been
know.
a long time.
I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade,
Yeah.
maybe 5th grade. Who
It's
knows?
been a long time. And whenever Chris and Cecily left, Jed and I had like a full summer of interviews lined up, and we had our days where we couldn't be here and we could be here, and we're
And
like,
Jed's never going to be here.
yeah, Jed's just never here
He
anymore.
sucks.
But or else we'd be talking about his dogs again for
Yeah,
the entire.
I was
That's
going
what
to say,
that's what happened.
he's at home talking about his dog.
Yeah.
Hanging out with his dog.
No, I think his mom's birthday's today, so he's got an excuse today. But yeah, and Josiah was like, "I'll help out," for a little bit, and then we kind of just forced him to stay.
Well, I was the best one, so I had to. I had fan mail coming in. No, wait, that's the other one. I don't know. I
He's
just
on a
do,
couple
I
of
like to
other
help
podcasts,
people.
too. Yeah.
Here I am,
So
just doing my
Fan
best.
mail.
I didn't really have fan mail.
I was going to say,
But
you
I like-
changed that quickly.
I like to tell people that I did.
So with you, just as a person, is there anything new in your life that you would even want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, my life is the store still.
I mean, it's running your own business. It's got to be.
It is.
So-
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's still focused. I'm very focused on making the business successful. Still doing the same things, networking and going to events and making things and, doing everything.
Now, whenever you
The store.
go to like the pop-up events and things, like do you ever take some of the things that you sell and have your own booth there, or do you just go there and
I
meet
have.
people?
Yeah, we've done. I've done a couple things, mainly just downtown stuff. So I did a table at the West Virginia birthday event that we threw downtown, which this year it's going to be even bigger and better. And I did a table there, and we had hats and T-shirts and popcorn and some handmade jewelry and some photos of West Virginia. It was all, I took everything West Virginia that we had in the store that was, would fit in with that. And then we had a pop-up booth for a 10 by 10 space for the Hops on the Mon event that is normally down on the wharf, but this year we had it on High Street. It was fantastic. Such a great event. I mean, so well organized. Grace from Apothecary is one of the organizers of that event, and I'm just telling you, I was blown away by how well that was done. But we had a tent there, and we partnered with Loving WV and took beer-related T-shirts and all their stickers and hats and koozies and all kinds of cool stuff. And then we had some kinship goods T-shirts there that we had in stock and some other really cool things in the store. And that was a really great event. Yeah. So sometimes, and then, I make things, so sometimes I have enough stuff in stock. It's hard to keep up, but I'll take things down, for that. And I have got my stuff now in a couple of other places too, my personal stuff, so.
I think we had talked about it, I think, on the last episode, but what do you make?
I like to make jewelry and a lot of other little things. Like I crochet, so in the winter I make, fingerless gloves and hats and scarves and little slipper socks and just whatever to keep my hands busy. And then right now the big thing I've been doing are these little plastic printed pins that are West Virginia shape, and they're really fun. So they're like little lapel pins, and I can print any design on them. And right now we have in the store West Virginia or floral theme or little plaid or camo or whatever. And then I have Virginia ones currently at my friend's store in Winchester. So she has little Virginia shapes, but she's getting ready to get some West Virginia from me too. And then I have West Virginia pins at Modern Homestead in Reedsville. And I have some jewelry there too. And then Red Caboose in Huntington will begin carrying the little West Virginia pins and magnets too.
Now, do you have a 3D printer that does that? Or how do you do the pins?
I'm printing them out, and then I use my Cricut to cut them out, and then they're shrunk down with heat. So
What's a Cricut?
Like a shrinky
It's
dink?
Like
yeah.
like the bug.
It's a shrinky dink. Don't tell anybody my secret. No, that's what they are, though. Yeah, so I'm printing them out on my printer, and I design. I get whatever design in the system, and then I run them through the printer. And then a Cricut is basically like a really cool craft cutter thing, so you can cut out all kinds of shapes, and people make cards and tags, and they print. You can do vinyl letters with it, so like the sticky vinyl that you see on doors and windows and such, you can use your Cricut to make that kind of stuff. So I've used it to make like tags for the store, and these pins are really cool. So I could do any shape, any state that I want, because I've got some files that I made for that, and then I just shrink them down, and they're really cool. They're cute. Yeah, they're kind of for everybody. So I've had a lot of people really into those.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
fun.
gonna have to come out and do you sell your stuff in your own store?
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like
That's why I opened my store.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny when I'm in there and I might be making things like finishing up some earrings or making some bracelets or whatever, crocheting, and people come in and customers come in and they're like, "Oh, what you making?" And I tell them, "Oh, you sell that in here?"
Yeah.
That's why I opened a store. I make so much stuff. Yeah.
We need to get you to crochet Jed a hat, like a little toboggan for his bald ass head.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs a hat
So
to protect his his hair. It won't get sunburnt well, he wouldn't really wear it in the summer, but
he should,
yeah.
so it doesn't get sunburnt.
Could you just make him a ski mask?
Yeah.
That way it covers all his features.
You don't want to
All
see
of
his
his
face.
horrible features.
Put a little beard on it or something, a little mustache.
Well, he needs that because his facial hair is very patchy. But
So Daniel mentioned it's been just over a year since you've been on last time. So if you happen to go through some crazy time warp and run into Stephanie from a year ago, what would you tell her? Like,
Oh, man.
about life and the business, and what would you be like, hey, in this next year this is going to happen and you should probably do it this way instead of the way you're thinking about?
I don't know. I mean, I can't really say. I've had that question before in a panel I did at WVU for some young women business entrepreneurs, and that was one of the questions, like, what would you go back and do differently? And I really can't say, because it's not that I haven't made mistakes or think I could have done that. I could have done that a little differently or whatever. It's just it always has worked. It's working out. It's worked out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything works out. It's easy to stress about things that are beyond your control, but for the most part, it all ends up working out anyway. I haven't made anything that's like detrimental to my business. I mean, maybe keep your house cleaner. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, you own a business and everything can look great in your business. Mm-hmm. And then you go in the back room and it's like a bomb went off. That's I'm always saying to the girl helping me, I promise I'm cleaning the back room today. And I don't get to it. I'm busy.
I'm that way, though.
Something happens.
When I'm at work, everything is like where it's supposed to be. Mm. Everything's clean. Everything's in perfect order. When I go home, it's just like, okay, just throw my clothes on the floor and stack this. I'll throw that in the trash later.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
The laundry just piles up. Laundry piles up.
Back seat is always full of coats because I'll wear a coat out in the morning, and then when I get off in the afternoon, I'm like, it's too hot, and then I forget to take it inside. So my car is always full of coats.
Yeah.
I've noticed that difference too, because last year, the entire year, I didn't work. I just focused on the podcast stuff and video games because that's what I do. And like, all the podcast stuff, I have a setup at my house with my computer where I do all the work there. And since I got a job, my room's like, I'd always kept that like swept. All the clothes are put away because I had the time.
Right.
And then now it's like dirty dishes. My laundry's in a pile.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Welcome to the real world.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What would you tell yourself a year ago, Daniel?
Let's not get into that.
Okay.
To stop smoking sooner.
Stop smoking. Yeah,
I
I
did
told you
smoke.
that.
Yeah, I quit smoking in like April. I think
That's
it was like
good.
right around the time that I forget when we were even practicing there. It was like over the summer last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had quit smoking like
Good for you.
She yelled down the
Right around
steps, "Turn your music down! Stop smoking!"
Smell your cigarettes.
Changed your life.
Yeah. So I've noticed, and I don't know if it's just because since Ashley's been on and hosting with us here, but it's almost like because she's friends with a lot of business owners in the area. And there's like, I don't know if it's just because she's been here or if I just didn't notice it before. There's a lot of female business owners like all over this area.
Yeah.
And you said you did like a thing at WVU for.
Yeah, it was. It's part of the business and economics school, and there's a bunch of young ladies up there that just kind of get together, and it's really great. They have a nice support system for each other, and they asked if me and several other downtown business owners that were women, would come up and they could just sort of have a very informal panel. You know, that was neat. So they could ask us questions about, you know, running a business and what it's like and how we got started and what suggestions we would make for them. Yeah, but there's a huge percentage of women business owners out there.
Yeah. I think that's really cool because whenever I had my business in Clarksburg, I don't remember any of the businesses around. It was all like older Italian men at Clarksburg. So
Yeah.
they were all the
They're
people
old
who-
family. I mean, they've been doing
Yeah.
it forever. It's tradition there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool to see that, you know, and, you know, I see a guy's business and it's like typically it's like a bar or something like that. But, you know, Jillian, what she's doing with Retrotique and what you're doing, it's something completely different.
Right.
That I think it needs to spread down south too, like something like in Fairmont and then even further down like Bridgeport, Clarksburg area too, because there's not a lot of like little shops like that.
Right.
So
Yeah. So with next month March is International Women's Day, which is the March the 8th. And it's like, you know, just celebrating women in general and, you know, women's rights and all that stuff and all the good things that we have now and opportunities that we have now that we didn't have 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you know, it's really not been that long. And then, well, more than 30, obviously. I'm 38 now, so, you know, it's been a while. But, you know, just celebrating women in general. And then Women's History Month is March too. So one of the things that we are doing downtown is we're going to talk about women business owners and how many we have and who we are and what's so great about that. And I'm working with our Main Street executive director, and she's got a list. So I'm hoping to get that from her, and I want to look up like what's the percentage of women business owners just in our downtown district, because there's a lot of us. You know, there's a lot of us, and it's just great because not only are we all down there for each other. You know, there's no competitiveness. We're all community. We're there for each other to help each other and send people to this business and talk about that business. You know, but we are also going through a lot of the same stuff, not just business, but in general as a woman business owner. You know, there's challenges with that.
Yeah.
You know, when you call someone to help you with something, they don't always have the faith that you know what you're talking about when it comes to a maintenance issue or something, but we usually do.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about.
I've realized that probably more than ever when I worked for a place that changes oil. And there was plenty of women that worked there, and people would come in and be like, "Is it okay if I talk to the manager?" I'm like, "Well, actually, I am the manager. What can I talk to the guy manager about, like how to change my oil? Because I don't trust you how to do it." I'm like, "Well, okay." I mean, people came up to talk to me in like my first couple weeks there, and I'm like, "I promise you, that girl knows way more than I do because I'm brand new here." But it just, I don't know, because I don't. That stuff never happens to me. People trust me way too much with their stuff, actually, probably. And it was kind of an eye-opening experience just to see just a normal everyday thing that someone's questioning you. And I don't know, it didn't feel good to see it.
Yeah, and that's society, unfortunately, you know. But women are smart, intelligent people.
Way smarter than me. And normally.
Organized. And, there's a difference between men and women and men's brains and how they work.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are really good at multitasking, and you guys are usually like
not.
one thought, I love men. I love you guys. And I have no problem with men, but that's just how our brain functions.
I've got to complete one whole thing before I move on to the next thing, or the first thing's never getting done.
Yeah.
It's the way it is.
Yeah. I can do like 4 by the time you're done.
Yeah. You probably can. I'm a very linear worker. And if something throws me off, then I'm just like, well, my day's ruined. I guess I'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Whenever I had my venue in Clarksburg, it was me and my ex-fiance. And anytime there was like an issue, because she would run the bar during the shows and I would run sound, and they would obviously ask her to speak to like the manager or the owner or whatever, and they would always kind of be taken aback whenever she's like, I am the owner. Like, you're speaking to the owner, you're yelling at the owner, you're cussing at the owner, so you can get the hell out of my business.
Yeah.
So,
I've had people come in and say they're surprised, one, that I'm the owner, and I don't know if it's my age, because I get a lot of, you look so young, but I'm 38 years old, and who cares how old you are when you're running a business or doing anything, but I've had people come in and they're surprised that they're just the manager. This isn't your business. I'm like, this is my business.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing here all the time for? I'm here every time you come in. This is my business.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool that the support, and especially from like the city, like of Morgantown, like Clarksburg was so just unsupportive of just opening a business in general. But the fact that Morgantown is supportive of all these like little shops like yours, Jillian's, everything downtown, and the women business owners too, because I feel like that old school, like older mentality of like the people who are, like Clarksburg. I just have a thing for Clarksburg. They just really pissed me off whenever I was there. But they just have that like old school mentality, like, it's got to be a man. It has to be a man when it doesn't have to be.
No one cares, you know. I mean, I'm not saying like no one cares, but for the most part, and I mean, the community is going to come out and support you no matter what.
Yeah.
Unless you're a jerk.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you, I'm not coming out there anymore.
Yeah.
I just dropped the F-bomb twice.
It's okay. That's why we're here.
That's right. I can do that on here. I was
you
on
can
I was on another podcast, and I said, do I need to, what do I need? He's like, just don't say any cuss words. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be so hard. No,
What
it's
a party
okay. I can
pooper.
cut it off when I can. No, it's a really great program, but I definitely wouldn't want to say any curse words there, but yeah, it's hard. Challenging. Yeah, but yeah, there's so many amazing women out there, so many amazing talented artists and
Any
just individuals.
single, like 30-ish amazing women that you happen to know?
Let
or
me think about it.
45 or however old Daniel is now.
Oh, don't be 34.
45?
34?
Yeah.
Oh, you look 45.
I appreciate it.
He does.
Wow.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, hurt his feelings.
No, I'm used to it, especially with Josiah and Jed on here.
What?
You lost it.
I stopped paying attention to you.
There you go. So, are they doing like a big thing downtown during the month of March?
Well, we're doing an arts walk every first Friday for the rest of the year, except for December. But every first Friday, we'll have an arts walk from 6 to 9. So that's basically when we get artists and music and fun things going on, and restaurants might do a special, or they might have a musician playing while they have dinner. And that's through Main Street, Morgantown. So for each month, we're trying to come up with like a theme. What can we, what's going on this month? Or is there something someone we can partner with, collaborate with in the community, like the MAC or, Morgantown Pride or something like that. And for March, because it's International Women's Day, and we know we have a huge percentage of women business owners and artists and stuff like that, we're basically just trying to fill our businesses with women artists if we can get someone in their store or in our restaurants. And we'll be posting about it online on our social medias at Main Street Morgantown, if you're not following on both platforms. yeah, so, it's just it'll be that reminder, hey, this is a business that we have downtown, and by the way, it's owned by a really amazing woman, like Shannon from River Fair Trade, or Robin Dallas from Silver Pennies. These are women that run these awesome businesses that we have, creative, amazing businesses that have been here for a while.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that we get your episode out during March.
That'd be cool.
And I was hoping that the 8th was on a Thursday because that's our normal release day, but it's on a Sunday. So,
do you think we could talk to someone about getting the 8th moved?
To getting the 8th moved, or just posting it on that day?
I mean, we already have a leap day this year. What?
Oh, that's true.
We could. We'll talk. We'll write our senators to see about getting the calendar switched real quick.
You do that
specifically for your episode, so it can come out on the 8th. Yeah, but I think that week we can get this out on that week, the same week of it.
That's cool.
So I think that we should do that.
We'll share it.
You're in charge of the editing and posting.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna do it. I don't have to ask anybody. I can just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Clean your room too.
Yeah,
I guess if I'm
that.
plugging that, we can plug that we have a Boss Babes event at 123 on, I believe it's March the 18th, but you can go and check us out at Boss Babes Morgantown chapter 2.
And does Jody
Hollingshead
Yeah.
she's the main lady on that in Morgantown, and I've been helping her with that, putting together people, and she made me host one time, awkwardly standing up on stage at 123, being blinded by the light. But
That's the best part
she
about
went
it,
to
though.
Canada, and it was amazing for her, but yeah, they got to experience my awkwardness. But no, it's great. It's a bunch of women just get together, and we usually have speakers and vendors and artists, and we have a really nice time. And I've met so many amazing people that way, just so many of my women friends that way, and just connected. And that's a really cool thing we have here in town too. It was started in Charleston, but we have a chapter up here now too.
Yeah.
Do they still have Working Women's Wednesday in Morgantown?
Yes, that's like a radio station thing.
Okay.
I think one of the local stations does that. I've been to one of those.
I never went because I'm not a woman, or I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to invade girls' night, but I always remember them advertising a Working Women's Wednesday. So
yeah, that's a pretty common thing, to have in cities. But yeah, I think that was like a WVAQ, or one of the local stations was doing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I went a long time ago. I went to one, and it was cool. It was like happy hour specials at the Vintage Room. That's how long ago it was. Yeah. Do you know where that is?
The Vintage Room? I don't know where many things are, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a cool place that we no longer have, unfortunately. It was neat.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jody, she was actually scheduled today at 2.
I heard.
And she had to move her interview, which I was really excited. Like, I was really excited for today because your first interview and her first interview were two of my favorites that we've done in the past. I mean, well, since we started. And I was excited to have, like, two of my favorites in one day. Ooh. But she had to cancel.
She had to go and cancel.
Yeah.
That Jody, I'm telling you. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. She is like a ray of fucking sunshine. I'm serious. Like, she's one of the most positive people. Just when she comes in the room, you feel good. She brings this spirit and energy that I've never experienced before. She's just a really, really good person.
She's always just got a smile on her face. She's always really pleasant. I really just like her. She left her coffee mug here last time she was here, and it's like a coffee mug that's made out of a lens from a camera.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big one. And I was like, I messaged her. I was like, hey, you left it. She's like, you can just keep it. That's fine. I've got another one. So I don't even know where it's at now. I think I took it over.
You lost her gift?
Well, I took it over to Eric's,
ridiculous.
and
what a shame.
I put it in the sink because I was staying over there watching his dog over the summer. And I think that it got washed in the dishwasher and put up in their cabinet full of like every Starbucks coffee mug ever.
His mom probably actually put it in like, she thought it was an
case.
actual camera case. Yeah. So
No, it's
Well, you
it's over.
regifted it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you threw it
spread the
away.
joy.
Yeah, yeah.
You regifted it.
Yeah,
Something
so-
cool and unique.
Yeah. So if
she'd
you're
be
listening,
okay
I'm
with that.
sorry. So-
Yeah, she'd be down with that. That's cool.
don't
So-
bring your other one because Danny will definitely yoink that one too.
Yeah, she left her water bottle at the last Boss Babes we did, and I had to take it by her and drop it off on her porch. I was
What
like,
if this is
Jody,
her
man.
plan?
We need to get
She's
her
just
like
leaving
a leash.
she's leaving that stuff
Yeah.
everywhere.
What if she's leaving
carabiner.
behind gifts to brighten people's days?
I mean, that's
It could be a plan.
that sounds like something that she would do.
It does.
Yeah.
It truly does. Yeah. That's the kindness of Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jody's great.
Do you know Jody?
No, I don't, but I've just heard about her for like the last 5 minutes. And I
You'll
want to
love
meet
her.
Jody.
Yeah, you'll love her.
Yeah, you will.
She's awesome.
I'm excited for my water bottle.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Jody, bring
Yeah.
bring something.
Bring something.
It can even be
Mug to
like
gift.
the 99-cent water bottles from Kroger, but well,
So March. Crap! Was it? You said the 18th.
I think it's the 8th. You know, and I should check because I don't want to.
you don't know when your own day is.
Oh my God, I know. No, I mean that's.
I know when my
lost
birthday
days.
is, but then I don't know if there's any holidays for me.
For you,
No.
holidays
So
for
is
you.
it a Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
This time, it's
Yeah.
usually a different date, but this time it will be on a Wednesday. And I believe, we just had she put together a clothing swap at Terra Cafe on Galentine's Day, which is the day before Valentine's Day. It's just it was started like by Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
My favorite person, Leslie Knope.
Treat
If she was a
yourself.
Oh,
real
yeah.
person, she'd be my best friend.
I love Parks
Oh,
and
I
Rec.
love her. So, it was just a celebration of women and hanging out, and people can swap some cool clothes, and whatever was left over, we took down to Christian Help. But it was a nice event, and got some really good press from it, and a lot of women showed and got some neat stuff, and we had a really great a vendor there called Gold Dust Clay Earrings. And I think her name is just Gold Dust, but she's amazing. Super talented woman making really cool jewelry. So she was there, and I showed up late. I closed the store,
Yeah.
the day before Valentine's Day. Good Lord, if I closed the store early that day, people are going to be
Were you pretty busy?
lighting me on fire. I was a little busy. Yeah. Valentine's Day was really busy. But it was weird. Like, I think I was busier on the Saturday after that than I was on Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day was kind of crappy. The weather was kind of yucky and cold, and I think it was raining that day. And
it was
Saturday, it was sun
gross. Yeah.
shining, and we had a ton of people in. It was a really, really busy day.
So everybody's out Saturday getting all those Valentine's Day specials.
Those discounts.
Yeah, all the
Mhm.
discounts. Yeah.
Yeah, all
So-
that cheap candy.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a bro version of the Galentine's Day to hang out. We can hang out with each other.
We just hang
We
out,
can-
dude.
let's
Like,
call
if
it
you want to hang out, like, you don't have to.
Palentine's
You know,
Day.
it's a special
you can,
day.
You can just text
Yeah.
me, man.
Just go hang out.
What are you doing later?
Nothing.
Sweet.
They're hanging out.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go. But it's good to know that you could hang out
Yeah.
though.
But
What'd you do?
That was the electricity running through my
yourself?
fingers.
it's
Shocked
okay.
yourself?
That's not recording, so it'll be okay.
Yeah.
So if it's the 18th,
I think it
then
is,
this will be the Thursday beforehand. So if you're
Yeah.
listening this coming Wednesday,
Yeah, look us up on Boss Babes Morgantown. Either one, but the Morgantown chapter is all the local ladies, and the main page is the Boss Babes WV is the the kind of the umbrella with Kayla, who is from Charleston, who started the group. It's pretty fantastic.
okay, and we can
Yeah.
put the links in the description too, so it'll make it easier for people to find it.
Yeah, do it. That'd be cool.
Is there any other events that you're a part of that are coming up after that?
Oh, we have a lot of stuff going on downtown. I would say, definitely follow us. I share a lot of people's stuff on social media. So if something cool is happening, I'll try to share it into the stories on Instagram and just share the post on Facebook. And then if we schedule an event, I always make an event, an official event on Facebook, and then always share it on Instagram in a post. But Main Street Morgantown, we have tons of events going on this year. We've got like 25 or so or more events happening downtown specifically. So lots of cool things that we're putting together, such as First Friday every month is an art walk. It's a great date night or just a friend's night. Just come out and walk around. It's not like you have to pay anything to just walk around and check out some free music and check out some art. And if you want to buy something, cool. If not, you don't have to. It's just a fun night out, for everybody. And there's funny, people will run into each other and they'll just like hang out in the store for a while, gabbing in the back corner or whatever. So that's really neat. Chocolate Lovers Day is a huge hit downtown. People can come around and sample things. And Hops on the Lawn again this year is amazing. June, West Virginia birthday party. It's kind of like a little family friendly, but we also have a beer. You can do beer tickets, which is cool. So it's like a little festival. We have cruise-ins. I don't know if anybody ever knew that, but we have cruise-ins that people come with their really cool cars, like their antique cars and stuff. Yeah, so we have like 5 of those scheduled for the year, 4 or 5 of those. And those are posted on the Main Street page, and that's really fun. Come down and grab a bite and check out some cool cars.
Now, is all this stuff like hosted just like as a downtown, like just a community thing where everybody's just right downtown, or are any of these at like a specific location?
Most of them are downtown. So, yeah, most are downtown. So Main Street Morgantown is our nonprofit organization that helps to promote the downtown. You know, so they promote all the businesses and all the events and all the things. And then there's committees that are part of that organization, like a promotions committee. And we're the ones who do the planning of the events and work with other groups and, you know, pick the dates and put things together for these great events that we have. And then there's a design committee, and they work on the public art and the signage and some of the other really great things that you see around town. They've got a lot of cool stuff in the works. And then there's an organization committee and economic vitality committee, or economic revitalization, sorry. I think it was something like that. But, you know, so there are committees that are part of this organization where it's basically just us volunteering our time. And it's a variety of community members, so anybody's welcome to be there and be a part, to business owners, to, you know, people that are part of the university, people that are part of other organizations and nonprofits, just people that love the downtown and want to see good things happen and see improvement, you know? So it's just cool. But most of it's, you know, within our little district that we have, which is like a couple blocks wide and, you know.
Yeah, because you're just right up from High Street. You're
just a block over.
What's the street that you're
Walnut.
on? Walnut Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walnut Street.
Yep. I got pulled over there once, a long time ago, because a friend of mine had never driven in Morgantown before, ever.
Did you go the wrong way?
I did. She was like, turn left here. So
I've seen that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was so
that
mad
happens
at her.
at least once a month where I see someone get stopped by,
Yeah.
you know, a cop, or they get honked or yelled at because they're going the wrong way.
I always get honked or yelled at on High Street or Walnut Street because I'm always a designated driver. So I have a habit of like pulling off to the side of the road real quick and throwing people in the back of my car. It's just easier that way. And people come out like, you can't park here. I'm not parking. I'm just
Picking up
I'm
my friends. It's okay.
doing my best.
So essentially you're like double parked and you're stopping traffic and
No,
causing
I'm
accidents and
off to the side.
pileups.
I'm doing the best I can just to help humanity.
You're keeping the drunk people off the streets, which is
Exactly.
important. It is truly important.
There was one day that I snapped at like a parking attendant though, and I feel bad about it. I don't know. He was just he came at me on a personal level, and I went back at him on a personal level, and I don't feel proud about it. But
I'm sure they hear worse.
I'm sure they do.
Just that anger over parking down there. You know, people don't want to pay parking.
No.
But all little cities have paid parking.
Yeah,
you know?
a lot.
Just so you know, I mean, we don't, just so people know, because I see people put money in that meter every Sunday. It's not enforced on Sunday. So if you're downtown, it doesn't say it on the meter or anywhere, but don't put money in the meter. Promise you, it's not being enforced on Sundays.
If you get a ticket on a Sunday, you can send your complaints to Hoot and Howl.
Yeah, you can come in and fuss at me. That's fine, you know. But yeah, they don't. I don't think they're working or something.
Yeah.
But they're just not allowed to like post it.
I have a fun story. The parking lot over by Hoot and Howl, like across the street by where the farmers market is.
Yeah.
We parked there. This was many, many moons ago, and one of my friends, he was in from Wisconsin or wherever he was, I don't remember, but he wanted to put change in because he didn't want a parking ticket. So he went to the car next to ours and he's like, "Hey, do you guys have a quarter?" And he like held up $1 to see if they had change, and the guy just like looks at him. He's like, "Bro, a quarter's way more than $1." And that's when I was like, hey, you're buying weed from this guy. I don't know if you know this or not.
That's
Oh
what
my
it looks
God.
like. Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
well, that's what, and the person, like, you could tell the girl in the car is like, he just wants like a literal quarter
Like a
of
little
change.
quarter. Yeah.
So they dug through, and I was like, well, we paid for our parking. And then,
They do have cool things up there now to where there's an app that you can use.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Zach, our singer, showed me one day. I was like, I gotta go pay for parking. He's like, just use the app. And I'm like, what fucking app?
Yeah.
And he just paid it on
A lot
there.
of people don't know about it. I think they
Yeah.
have it posted, but a lot of people don't know. I don't even have it just because I pay ahead of time and have like a card to go
Yeah.
in the garage. But yeah. Like,
See,
why
that's-
waste your change? Who has change? That's what's tough about it. People get upset because then you got to find change, and there's no change machines, and I can't always give you change. So people come into our businesses and they're like, "Hey, can you give me some quarters?" I'm like, "I don't really have any quarters to give you. I can give you a whole bunch of dimes." So that's fun.
That's
but
why
yeah,
we
it's-
got a change machine in our business. 'Cause during the day, just parking downtown Clarksburg is awful, and the courthouse is right next to us. So it was like everybody's coming downtown. So we just got a change machine that
That's
they came in
smart.
and serviced, and people would just come in and do that. Obviously, we didn't gain anything from it, but people would come into the business and
Yeah.
maybe grab a drink or something like that.
Oh, sure.
it's better they go in there. I used to have one of those change jars in my cup holder, and then someone took it. So someone has the quarters to pay for parking, but I do not
But
anymore.
not you.
Not me
And
anymore.
all of your coats.
No, they left the coats.
Okay.
Just took your
They just
change.
wanted the quarters.
Yeah.
So before we get wrapped up, one, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? And two, plug where everybody can find you at on social media.
I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. This is good. I mean, I feel like we covered a lot. Covered the business and the downtown and the boss babes and the women being amazing. That's kind of my MO, community. Yeah, so just, I guess, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I've said it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one of the cool things that I can add on that we do have that I've partnered with some people in West Virginia. We made these like West Virginia gift boxes that you can order on my website that are shipped out the next day. And they're a variety of things, like both of them. There's two different kinds, and one is the Mountain Mama gift box, and there's a Mountain Mama candle from Three Rivers here in Fairmont. And there's a bracelet with a little charm on it, and a chocolate bar, and a wooden keychain. And these are all made by local folks. There's another thing in there, but I'm having a brain fart right now. And then the other one is just the West Virginia box, and the candle is more of a gender neutral scent. Doesn't have a name to it. It's like oak moss and fir, so it's not Mountain Mama. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't send you a gift box with a Mountain Mama candle necessarily.
I
Maybe.
like the fruity.
I mean, that's
I
cool.
like the nice smells.
Yeah.
What scent do we have going here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you can
Gold
order them
symbol.
on our website, and that's cool. We sold a lot of them at Christmas time. People sending them everywhere. I think I sent one to Arizona and one to Texas, and some to West Virginia, some to the Panhandle, and that was kind of fun.
Do you sell things from your store on your website too?
Not right now. Currently, that's the only thing, just because I think it would be so hard. And some people that we have in the store have Etsy pages, or they have their own website.
Yeah.
And so selling their product on my website, I don't really feel like that would be fair. And we have such a high turnover of things because we get a small batch and we sell it all, and then, or, we restock it or whatever. So it would be hard to have extra inventory. And I could link it up, but adding all that and adding all the photos and everything.
be, yeah.
So really a lot of times people reach out to me through Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, you have this, how much is it? Can you ship it? And I can ship it. No problem. Just, have to get a shipping price and I'll pop it in the mail for you. I've done that a lot.
We have a bunch of people that listen over in Europe, so maybe you'll have to be shipping stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
over the water.
Sure.
The candle is a golden chestnut, by the way, if you were
Golden
wondering.
Chestnut.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't know. We had like 5 candles going in here yesterday whenever we were recording. So
I'm sure that smelled great.
it would smell better than it normally does. There was 5 guys in here
Oh.
who all just ate, and yeah,
Nice.
it typically takes a couple days to
I was
air
not
the studio out.
It's a good thing. I'm glad it doesn't smell like that anymore in
No.
here today.
No.
It smells fine.
Yeah.
I don't even smell what is this again?
Golden chestnut.
I don't smell golden chestnuts either.
I don't either.
I think it's just the smell of warmth. So
Yeah.
if you're listening right now, just
Warmth and comfort.
close your eyes
Yeah.
unless you're driving
Yeah.
and just picture warmth and happiness and Jody.
A big cozy coat
Yeah.
and our sweet friend Jody
Mm-hmm.
and warm chestnuts. And sunshine, rays of sunshine. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're-
so find us on our website, shophootandowl.com. And it's Hoot and Howl, not Hoot and Owl, or Hoot and Hollow, or Hoot and Holler, but Hoot and Howl. Yeah, I do. I'd run it together. But yeah, we've had a couple of funny people have called us funny names. And then same thing on our Instagram and Facebook. It's Shop Hoot and Howl. To make it easy for everybody. Also email shophootandowl@gmail.com.
and we'll link everything
Yeah.
in the description.
That's
That
where
way,
you
if you're
can
listening
find
and you
me.
want to check them out, you just click on it.
Or just come down. 245 Walnut Street. I'm on the corner of Spruce and Walnut, across from the Blue Moose, beside of TK's, near a parking garage, with their street parking. It's so
And you'll
easy.
allow people to carry
convenient.
bubble tea in
They
your
can-
store.
They can bring bubble tea, but I'm going to tell you,
Better not spill it.
don't spill it in my chairs. There's a couple of bubble tea spots in my chairs. My big green chairs that I have. They're like my love, and I've had to shampoo them now a couple times, and
So if you're
it
one of
hurts my
those
heart a little
people-
The
bit.
disrespect.
Oh, it's that sticky stuff. Yeah. Yeah, but no, yeah, I come in, I don't care. But just I got a lid on it, you know? That's that, yeah. We do have carpet now, unfortunately. So, we had to put carpet down. And oh, I know. But the flooring, that building is so old. So old. So the floor is all crazy, warped, and there's old tile underneath of tile underneath of tile. And I'm sure it's asbestos tile, so you don't want to mess with any of that. So when we had trouble with the original floor that we put down shifting. So when we tore that up underneath of it before we put the carpet down, and Lowe's put the carpet down for me because I was like, I'm just going to move stuff while you do it. You know, I don't really have the patience or time to do this, and you know what you're doing. And they had to patch it, and there's a whole lot of patching going on up in the front. Like you feel a dip. Yeah, it like settles.
It's got to be a pain to clean.
Oh, it's
especially with like the weather.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be your day off. I don't mean to like
Today?
stress you out about.
Oh no, tomorrow's my day off.
Tomorrow's your day off.
I closed early for you guys.
Oh, well,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do
Yeah.
with your day off?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I have appointments and oh,
So
there's
it's
not
always
really
busy.
a
just so
day
you know,
off,
there's
yeah.
never a day off when you're a business owner.
Yeah.
Never. There's always something. I have a massive list of things, and then a messy house and a pile of laundry, and
That won't get done.
never. Yeah, I wash what I wear. That's why I wear the same thing all the time. I'm just gonna throw these in there, pull them out in the morning, and I'm good to go for a week.
That's what I do.
horrible.
Especially with pants. I just keep wearing them until I
You
can
just
smell
air
them.
dry them.
So,
Don't
Yeah, yeah. That's the nice thing about jeans. You could just wear them and wear them and wear them, and they don't ever look dirty.
Wow.
Just great.
unless you spill
didn't
bubble
know
tea
this?
on them.
Well,
You wash them every time.
every time. Probably not. But sometimes if you like live out in the country and you slip and fall in the mud, it's
Well,
just,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just-
circumstances where you've got to wash
I got a
them.
dog
Yeah.
You
that
know, yeah.
likes to get me muddy.
Yeah. I mean, well, sure. You don't want to keep wearing those.
Well, I do anyway.
But like
I
your
mean,
everyday pants.
Just like screw it.
I get them dry cleaned like Michael Scott from The Office.
his white party pants.
Yeah. That's all I wear is party pants.
Party pants. Yeah. That's like a cardigan. You could just wear that thing like a hoodie. You just wear it over and over because you got a T-shirt on in between.
Yeah.
There's a barrier between you and the body.
In the real
Just
world.
do
You
a
know,
quick
so you
sniff
can just-
test. Make
Yeah.
sure it's not.
Leave it on the
aggressive.
floor overnight. It'll be
Yeah.
fine in the morning.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one.
it'll
Air it out.
dissipate.
Febreze it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Febreze and throw it in the dryer sometimes if it's
Yeah.
a little bit too wonky. You don't have
Sometimes I
time.
just hang it over a golden chestnut candle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah,
It just smells like warmth.
It actually sucks all the odor out of it.
So you're walking around smelling like sunshine.
Yeah.
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 Brighten everybody's day.
Goodness.
Well,
Where did we go?
I don't know.
We were all over the place on this one.
It always goes that way.
It was good though. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool.
So,
I like
and-
what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're trying.
I'm glad you
We're
could do a
plugging along.
podcast without Jed.
Yeah, it's nice not having Jed here sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
Poor Jed.
no, he's been really busy. So he says.
I don't care.
Busy. Can't people
Jed, I
listening
need you.
can't see my air quotes, but so. But we did record all day yesterday, and his mom's birthday's today. So
Happy birthday, Jed's mom. I know
Yes.
she listens.
Tammy,
You want to sing her happy birthday?
No.
no,
I do wish her a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, we all wish her a happy birthday.
I think that's a
Hope
good
it's
note
a
to end
wonderful
it on.
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for coming out.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
again.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
'Cause this is our home. This is right.